All right, page 2 of the Similarity and Congruence unit review. Question 4. So this video I'll do questions 4, 5, and 6, and the last one I did 1, 2, and 3. Question 4. Explain why triangle ABE is not similar to triangle CDE. And technically what we're going to show is that we don't know that the two triangles are similar. Okay, well, what do we know? Whenever you see this, the bow tie, right, first thing you got to think is vertical angles are congruent. So these two angles, AEB and CED, are going to be congruent. The next thing you got to look at is you see parallel lines. Think parallel lines, transversal, look for the angles that go together. So I have parallel lines here, and I have transversal. So that means that this angle here and this angle up here, called alternate interior angles, those are going to be congruent. I've also got parallel lines still, right? And I've got another transversal right across here, AD. Same thing. That means that this angle here and this angle here, these two marks, are congruent. So angle A and angle D are congruent, angle B and angle C are congruent. So let's line that up. We've got A, B, E is similar to, well, what goes with A? A is congruent to D, so we should start with triangle D. Then instead of B, so B is my second letter on the left-hand side, so what corresponds to B? C does. So C should come second here. And then angle E, well, that's this angle here. That corresponds to angle E on this side of the triangle, on this side of the similarity statement. So here's what I get. I know that triangle ABE is similar to triangle DCE, but not that it's similar to triangle CDE. So the problem here is that the letters are in the wrong order. And I guess we could, yeah, that's probably enough. Question 5. Identify what three pieces of information in the picture allow you to conclude that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DCB. Make sure you read that, congruent. Okay, so what do we need to show, what are we going to use to show congruence in this case? Well, we've got these two triangles. This is a weird picture. It helps, I think, to draw the two triangles separately. This one looks like ABC is one triangle. A, B, C, and I know that I can mark it like this, right? And then over here I've got DCB, so that's going to look like DCB. And what do I have there? I have this angle, and I have this side, and I have this angle. Okay? So if I look at those two, I've got a pair of angles, I've got a pair of sides, and a pair of angles. So I've got two angles and a side. So that means it's either going to be AAS or ASA. ASA means the side is included. It's in between the two angles. Well, if I look at my picture, the side in between these two angles, my two angles that I know about, is AC. That's not the side that I have. And over here, again, I have in between the two sides would be DB. That's not the side that I have. I have DC. So it's got to be, it's not angle, side, angle. It's got to be angle, side. So let's just list what we have. First angle. We know that angle A is congruent to angle D. We know that angle C is congruent to angle B. And we know that AB, side AB, is congruent to side DC. What theorem are we using? We're using the AAS congruence theorem. Good. Question 6. Triangles PRQ and SNT are congruent. Identify the values of X, Y, and Z in the pictures. This one's easy, right? Because if you know that the two triangles are congruent, you know that every corresponding pair of angles is congruent, and every corresponding pair of sides is congruent. They're the same size. It's exactly the same, right? So let's look at X. Well, X is angle T. T corresponds to which angle? Angle Q. So if Q is 72, T is 72. So X equals 72 degrees. Y. Y, of course, is angle P. That corresponds to angle S. S is 54, so Y is 54. Side Z is side ST. That corresponds to PQ. So PQ is 10. Then Z is also 10 centimeters. That's easy. What word used in a definition tells you that you're working with similar figures and not congruent shapes? Yeah, this is a little tricky if you haven't thought about it, but when we talk about congruence, we're always saying that, you know, some angles are congruent, or some sides are congruent. When we're talking about similarity, we'll be talking about angles being congruent and sides being proportional. So whenever you see proportional, you can pretty much guarantee you're talking about similarity. All right, so that's number 7. I'll do the next page in the next video.